Welcome to Owidi.org. Today I want to talk to parents whose children are in school. Never lie for your child just to remain in school. What good is it to gain the whole world and yet lose or forfeit your soul? What good is it for your child to remain in that school and he remains with a guilty conscience of lying, and then they remain and become gangsters for the rest of their life? Through my coaching experience over the years, I take care of the children. And as I take care of them, some of the students, you find that everything they do in school is as a result of what a parent did one time. One of the boys I met told me, hey, I was in school. We rioted. I was not part of the planners, but I was accused for being part of the planners. And my parent just told me, let's pay for it so that we can move on and you remain in school. I'm tired. And guess what? They went lied. The parent paid. Guess what? That stuck with the young man. He ended up becoming the same person lying to the parents to get money all the time. I went through an experience recently. It was a painful, torturous experience. And that's what I want to share with you. My son would be expelled from school because they tried to riot. And what happened? So I took the letter, went through, he took me through the narration, which I don't have time to give you the whole story. But when I went through that, now I went back to school with him, he would take his time now to narrate before the disciplinary committee. So he explained, listen, I am guilty and I'm really sorry for taking the oil to smear on the window, but everything else I've been accused for, organizing, strategizing, being the gang leader for the riot, it was not me. I never did it. And then he narrated, I would be called on a Monday morning by one of the students, 5:40. And when I went to him, what did the young man tell me? We want to call the principal so we can have a discussion with him after the parade so that we air out the issue we had with the Form 4s yesterday. They were playing football and I think they had a misunderstanding. So they wanted to talk about that and many other things. And that's all he knew. So they go to the assembly. At that moment, he is explaining now to the committee. At that moment, before I went to the assembly, I was going to the dormitory because I'd forgotten my jacket. So when I went to the dormitory, the school president said, no, you cannot enter, the dormitory is being cleaned. And he respected, so he came out and came. And he said, that is what happened. Then number two, he was being accused that he literally was part of the planners and that plan was planned in another dormitory. And he told them, no, I was not in that dormitory. I was never part of the plan. Why is that so? Because that particular dormitory teacher so-and-so had completely banned me from ever getting into that dormitory because I used to sleep there and I was found caught at night speaking with somebody. So I was banned from being in that dormitory. You know the way you're hoping they would use those to go get evidence, I think they're accusing the young man with. Then number three, oh, but you carried a bag when you're going to the assembly like everybody else. He said, no, my bag did not have clothes. My bag had books because in my locker, it is small. So I've kept many of the books in my bag. So my bag is always there. So when we were coming to the assembly, one of the boys even mentioned the name, gave me pressure and told me, no, you cannot come with us. Without that, even mentioned where that boy told him, behind the laboratory. Then he had to go back and all he carried was his books, went to the assembly. So that's all he said. So he actually explained many details. Eventually, we finished. We let him go out. Then I started reasoning with the teachers. Tell me about this and that. What evidence do you have? Then now they told me, no, according to what we have, he's done one or two things. So they explained to me. And I said, okay, so let me go out and then let you guys make a decision. Only to come back with my son. Guess what they say? We've seen you train yourself. You've actually trained yourself to come and lie to us. You've lied about everything. I was like, what? I just kept quiet. You've lied about everything. You are the one who strategized. You are the one who planned. I'm like, in my heart, I'm like, but you're making this decision without even verifying, without even bringing those people. And then I kept quiet and they would tell him, you know what, go home for another 1 week. Then we will see how to take you now to the board. So I said, okay, no problem. We went. Now, I went to the principal, it's an old man as well, who I hope would reason. And I asked him, by the way, the people you have upstairs, are they professionals? Because, as a mental health life coach, I know how to scrutinize. And even the evidence, they did not quickly go through them well to verify. And the principal just told me, no, what they're saying is true. Your son participated. He did it. I'm like, huh? Okay. I said, no problem. And then he said, and we have evidence, video evidence, photo. I'm like, so you have evidence. Why didn't you show me? Then quickly, luckily enough, that deputy would come in who was chairing the meeting. And I asked him, so Mwalimu, you have evidence, and as a parent, you didn't think or feel right that I should have known that you have evidence? Because right now I'm going back home, we are co-parenting, and I'm going back home with most likely even a criminal, and I do not know the evidence. Don't you think you should have showed me? I should have known. Like, yes, we have evidence, we have everything, proof, and so we're not showing you right now. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving this place without the evidence. I'm a parent, you and I, we are co-parents, and I need to know. And so that was around 1 o'clock. I waited for that evidence until around 6:30. The headmaster would then send the secretary to come and call me. Told me, why are you sitting here the whole day? You're tired. Just go. Maybe you'll come back on Friday. And I told him I would really want. You have the powers. Please seek for the evidence. I see. Then he told me, what if we don't give you? What if? I'm like, what? I just told him it's okay, no problem. Then I would keep quiet gently. Then he told me, some of these boys we raise up with my experience over the years. Some of them they grow up and they outgrow who the person you think they are. So I've spent time with some parents who thought their children were correct, but when I spent time with the young men, I discovered there was a problem. So I told him, no problem. Spend time with my son. Let me know what comes out. So he took my son to go spend time with him. Guess what? They spend time. As I would hear later on when the son comes back to me, he tells me, Daddy, you know what? I feel like, let me just go say that I'm wrong and accept, and that will be that. I'm like, okay, so my son, fine, that's nice. So what are you wrong about? What did you do? Try it, help me. He said, because a photo evidence was taken about me when I was in class mirroring, the window. That is true. Number one. Number two, he's also saying that I just need to accept that. I'm like, what about organizing the riot? What about being part of the meeting that was there on Sunday? What about all the evidence given about you? He's like, no, I did not, and I will not. I will not say that I did those. And I'm like, I'm proud of you, my son. I'm proud of you. Standing for the truth, even if you are losing this school, I'm okay with it. And for me, the big thing is the lesson you've learned through the mistakes you have done, bowing down to pressure to please people. So he told me, Daddy, you know what? I did that, and that's something I've learned from. So I told him, okay, let's go. Finished. Waiting to meet the board. The following morning, I'm being called that their cousin, who also stays with me, also who's in Form 3, about to join Form 4 next year, also is being accused of being part of the riot, has a phone, and they have evidence that his phone is the one that has been taking all the riot, it's been part of the planning. I'm like, what? The young man, before they go to school, I'm the one who keeps all the phones in the house. Maybe what they're saying could be true. Let's go and see. Maybe he has an extra phone. When I went over, of course, the young man came back with me, but the details were so scanty that there was no evidence. By the time I'm asking, where's the phone? Oh, the phone is not his phone, but someone else's phone. But we hear he's the one who has been keeping the phone. I'm like, but you said he has a phone. No. Then apart from that, they were also charging him for being the one who keeps all the drugs that people come with to school because the teachers trust him, so the things are being kept in his bag. He said, no, it's not true. I didn't do those things. Who's saying? Can you give me the evidence? The moment he asked for evidence, they were so angry. I'm like, no, no, no. So I didn't speak. I kept quiet. When we sent the young man out, I told them quickly, guys, at times we accuse these young people. I wish we'd verify these evidences and so that we know the truth. So quickly a teacher would tell me, we probe like this the hard way so that we can corner them to know the truth as it is. Because we don't corner them, I'm like, you don't do that. Anyway, so as a mental health, you're literally traumatizing this young person. I'm a mental health life coach and I've dealt with many of the young people. So quickly I would come out and I went to the principal, I was given the letter, and when we are out there, the principal just mentioned one thing. you're protecting these young men. You will come to the board. I'm part of the board, and we will show you all the evidence. I looked back and I said, that committee, the way they've been harassing parents, and every parent who came out, who came in the room where we were, literally was strategizing how to go lie so that their children could be accepted. And all of them who lied, their children were accepted. They paid a small fine, and that was it. But there's a woman who stood her ground and also said, I'm removing my child out of here. As parents, we have to be very careful. Do not lie for your child to remain in school. Selling the soul of your child, do you know what that will cost you? Do you know what that will cost your grandchildren? The other thing we need to be very careful about, those of us who own schools, please, teachers are teachers. Let them be teachers. I want to try to imagine a teacher being the one who does the investigation and is so angry and with a young man. When he goes back to teaching the class, will their relationship be good? Not really. So hire professionals who can come, and when they come, they do the work. All the evidence give to them, let them verify. I was hoping and expecting that with the little that the boys said, and they would go back and verify. There was no verification. What they said was the truth. And I said, I'm not gonna let my child be part of that system. No. Later on, of course, I would be told that there was a boy who snitched and said lies to them, and I didn't want to get into that. But it's very important. So literally, the reason why I removed my child from there, I am big about character, and I don't want to sell their soul. I would not want my child to lie for the sake of remaining in a school, even if the school is taking them where. I would not. I said 1. 2, an environment with those kind of teachers. I want to leave my child to do sit for Form 4 there. We said no. So both of me and the other parent, we made a decision. We took our boys out. Getting a Form 4 registration in a new school is hard, but eventually we narrated the story, and they accepted, and we got schools for them. The other thing again that we have to be careful about, it is very important that teachers become an example. It is who you are as an adult that our young people imitate. Why am I saying that? In that same school, a teacher had a problem with another teacher, and that other teacher locked the other teacher inside his office. Someone had to come and open for them. The young people, where are they learning that from? They also locked the doors for the teachers. Where are they learning that from? They now look at our universities. When the young men riot, the policemen come, but when the teachers riot, policemen don't come. Where are these students learning this from? So we end up blaming the students, but we're not taking responsibility as adults. Anytime that I'm meeting a parent, I'm meeting a child who has been brought to me, the first thing I do, I look at the history background of that family, and the parent also must come in for a meeting. Anyway, that's to make the long story short. Do not ever lie. Never lie for your child just to remain in school. That one day you will pay for it dearly. At Owidi.org, I'm also a publisher of 7 books on mental health note. If you want my books, Overcoming Fear, Impact of Divorce on Relationship, emotional pain, hidden struggles, they're all on Owidi.org. Please go over the PDF copy and get a copy for yourself on mental health. And for coaching and life coaching and mental health and counseling, please feel free to contact me. My details are at coachowidi.org. Telephone number 0724 99406. God bless you. Thank you so much.